Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Webbing the Surf. We are here in Vallarta CoWork, and this episode is brought to you by CloudApp, which I'm super excited to have Yotzín Cortes, right?
Yeah.
Yotzn, thanks for coming up from
Nice
Colima, Mexico, which is
having
south
us.
of here. Yotzín, why don't you take a second, introduce yourself, and tell us quickly what is CloudApp?
Sure. Yeah. So I am the product manager for CloudApp. I have been the main one for a few weeks, and we just got help specifically for the Windows application. But I am doing the rest of it, which is the Mac application and then the web app and integrations. I have been working for them since January, and I have been doing product management for about 4 years now. And CloudApp is the best tool to communicate visually with team members in your company. We have several features, but the two main ones are grabbing a screenshot of your screen, redundant, and then annotating that, like pointing at specific things, and then sending that to the cloud. You get a unique link that you can share anywhere you want, and you can also do that with video, with high definition video or GIFs. We also have other features like storage of your files, like anything you want to upload there and have it available. We can also do that, and then some specific customizations for companies.
I was trying to think of how would you sum up CloudApp in just like a quick sentence, and I was like, man, I don't really know. It's more than just a screen grab software.
Right. A coworker has
We've got some people coming in.
A very funny definition, which is we are bringing GIFs to the workplace, professional GIFs, because that is one of the main functions. I also like just visual communication for work.
Visual communication for work.
Yeah.
So honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. I think CloudApp is probably my number 4 app in my daily workflow behind Gmail, Slack, and Redbooth, which says a lot. I mean, I use CloudApp, 100 times a day. And like you said, in my use case, it's usually something comes across my desk that the dev team built or the design team is working on, and I see something I don't like or I want to change or whatever. I just grab a quick screenshot, it pops up, and then I can mark it up, hit save, it copies a link to my clipboard automatically, which is super nice, and then I paste it in Slack. And then what do you call when Slack opens the image in Slack?
The technical term is unfurling. Just it displays, shows. Yeah.
Which is awesome. So you don't have to click anywhere, you just see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's super cool. I thought it was just for Mac, but you guys are building it's for Windows too.
Yeah, and we have actually recently released a new version for Windows that has native in-app annotation feature, and we just reached the Windows Store a few weeks ago, and Windows is growing a lot compared to Mac. I mean, Mac keeps growing, but we are very excited about Windows because the market share of operating systems in the world is Windows is the biggest still. And yeah, I mean, I really we all everyone who works at CloudApp, we really love the product, and I think it's very interesting how we use our product to build our product, right? So we are, it's so meta. So
it's so meta. I was gonna do a clip to edit into this while we talk about it, but I was like, what will I use to record myself using the screen recorder?
Yeah. We have an internal joke, which is screenshotception, because you sometimes you take so many screenshots of the same thing, so it goes layer after layer. But yeah, so as all of that to say that we use it a lot and we really like it, and we use it for communicating with customers, with users. In tech support, I use it to communicate with everybody, with marketing, with management, with engineers. It's very, very useful. And
it's amazing. So not only is it amazing, I mean, Yotzín is here, not because I think it's an awesome app, but more so because CloudApp is a remote company, right? So it's officially, I think the headquarters is in San Francisco. But you run a team in Colima. And you also have employees all around the world, right?
In Poland and Canada.
Poland and Canada.
So we have the main office in San Francisco. That's where the CEO head of marketing, some sales and customer support people are. And then we have our VP of engineering and product in LA, which is close, so he visits frequently. We have a tech lead in Santa Cruz, California. Then we have a business developer in close to Vancouver, in Canada. And we still have a small engineering team in Poland, in Krakow.
So you're all over. So with
Right.
that, I mean, Customer Bloom, our company is remote as well. We have people all over different countries. There are challenges that come with it. I mean, it's awesome. For employees, lifestyle-wise, being able to work remote is incredible. But there are challenges that come. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about some challenges that you guys have seen with a remote team and how you're able to overcome them?
Right. And I should start by saying that I absolutely believe in remote working. I think that it is doable, it can be done well. So I think that when done well, there are no problems. So I think that when problems arise, which are normal, can be fixed, and adjustments can be made so that the process and the flow of the company continues going as expected. But I think many times when remote doesn't work is because people are not used to it, or they don't know about the best practices. One very common issue we have is like managing different time zones, right? That is like obvious.
Yeah.
For that, we just simply come to some sort of a internal service level agreement, and we decide that if a team is requesting something from a team in a different part of the world, we just agree on like responding by the day or in a few hours if it is an urgent matter and that kind of thing. So I think setting expectations.
Do you have
very
a time
clearly.
when everyone gets on a call?
Yes, we do that. Especially like people like me who are in like cross-sectional positions. I have to make myself available for most of them, for if not all of them. So sometimes I have to like wake up really early in the morning or stay a bit late. But we can always like find a balance and we manage. So yeah, there's some time. Like for example, we have our monthly like town hall, like all hands on deck meeting. But I also we have specific sync ups on an appropriate time for each of the teams in each country.
Yeah, time zones is a big one. There are, a lot of weird things you don't think about. Like we're running into a problem where the U.S. dollar is crashing against one of our location's currency.
Right.
And it's like, what do you do then? Because we hired you at a U.S. rates.
Right.
And it's like, well, we're suffering because your dollar keeps crashing and all sorts of stuff you don't think about.
Something similar is happening to us. But just going back to the issue of time zones and communication. One like very useful solution we have found is like recording videos like with CloudApp. Like if you cannot be there at the same time, you can just record. And actually we just came up with this new feature where you can record your desktop plus your webcam, so you can be talking and explaining what is going on.
Oh, I was just gonna. Oh man, I wanted to save that for later.
We're just releasing that, so you can just leave that for them they're available, right? And
okay, we're gonna come back to that because that I think is huge. And so. What else do I have for you here? So you guys are remote, and with remote, this show is about remote working, co-working, and this digital nomad culture that is so new. And I think CloudApp is used by a lot of digital nomads. Do you guys have data on how many of your user base or how much of your user base are digital nomads or remote workers? Or
right, I don't have the exact numbers, but I know that many.
Is that something you monitor or try to keep track of?
No, not yet, but because we have different, we have the intentions of focusing on specific markets in the near future. One of them is that digital nomads. But I mean, the tech industry has always been a focus, right? And we know that many of our companies are doing that. Like they have like distributed teams all over the world, and they love how it works for them. So yeah, I would say that most of the companies that are using us and who have like large, they buy a number of seats of accounts that they can use within their companies, have some component or some team or teams that are distributed in other parts of the world, like most of them.
So that's cool. It's interesting that digital nomads is becoming its own market sector in companies' marketing plans.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the next question I have for you, which always fascinates me, especially you being a tool company, one of the tools that I use to do my job every day, what tools do you guys rely on to manage and run your company in a remote sort of infrastructure?
Right. Well, CloudApp would be like number one, of course, because we also test it like that, right? And we come up with new features or ideas, or we find bugs because we're using it every day. We use for project management, we use Jira. We're big fans of
What is it?
Jira. It's a project management tool. If you're familiar with Pivotal Tracker or Trello, Jira is specific for software development.
Oh, interesting.
It's a huge ecosystem. They have like several like applications within their ecosystem, and we have actually built an integration.
How do you spell that one?
Jira. That's Jira, as in Gojira, which was the original name for Godzilla.
Right.
That's where it came from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. I have to check that one out.
Yeah, big Godzilla fans. So, so we have an integration with Jira that connects with your cloud account, and you can just like from there just like insert drops to tickets, right? We also use Slack, of course. Like that is, I think it's CloudApp, Jira, and Slack, like the three top.
What do you guys use to video conference with each other?
We use Slack a lot, but right now we are moving towards Zoom, because Zoom is very reliable, and you can just, it has like very interesting features, like everything can be saved to the cloud. And there's like for example, there is one that I really like when I am introducing a couple of people, or I am arranging a call for two people. I can just set that meeting to be started without me being present. So I think that's very cool.
Interesting.
We use Zoom a lot, and basically in Trello for some other things. We also have an integration for Trello, by the way. For some other things that don't fit with the format of Jira, which are like simpler probably, not tech related necessarily.
Interesting. Cool. So now let's get to what I was hoping would come up, but I didn't want to like throw a competitor or potential competitor into the conversation if you weren't cool with it. But
that's
so
fine.
my last question is, what's in the future for CloudApp? And what I was going to say to you off camera is, please build something like this Wistia soapbox that's in beta. Have you seen this?
No.
It's exactly what you just mentioned, where you're recording your screen and yourself.
Yes.
And then they built these, it's super like, you can, as you're watching it in edit mode, you click between the three views you want, either all of you and your screen, or all of your screen.
Right.
And so these types of videos are so powerful.
Yeah, because then you can now, you will be able to do things like tutorials, right?
Exactly,
or online classes that are safe there. Yeah, that has been in the works for a few weeks. It is pretty polished by now.
Nice.
We are going
That's
to
so
release.
exciting.
We are releasing a beta like probably today.
No way.
We're just working on that.
Can I get an early beta?
Yeah, sure. And we would love to hear your feedback. That is what is coming up for the next like big release, which is coming soon, like beta, and then maybe in a couple of weeks, like general availability for everybody. After that, we're trying not to just overdo things. We want to simplify. One of the main characteristics of CloudApp compared to competitors is that because there are many tools that do the same thing.
Right.
We just try to keep it simple and elegant. So we'll like keep working on that spirit, and our idea is to have, we have like many features, right? You can record a high definition video, or you can record a GIF, you can record your webcam feed, you can do a combination of two of those. So we want to have a single thing, like a single video mode, where you can just select what you want. That is in the future. Also cool. Integrations for other tools, such as Help Scout, which is for
it's like Zendesk type of...
it's similar, that's pretty much it. And then having parity with between the Windows app and the Mac app, because right now we have like many interesting features in Mac but not yet in Windows, so we're working very hard on that.
One thing I do want to mention, because we talked about this earlier off camera, is that there is a free plan, and it's super generous. I mean, I think I used the free plan for a long time, and then I think I upgraded because I wanted more storage, instead of having to delete everything that you captured or whatever. and I think now we're moving to a team plan because I've been showing it to our team members.
Yeah.
And I think we're just going to go to a team. But yeah, it's really cool that you guys are doing Windows now too. And I think definitely check it out if you haven't tried CloudApp. I mean, we used to use like Jing, and it was brutal.
Speaking of Windows and other platforms, before I forget, we are already planning to come up with a new app for iOS, because there is one.
Oh yeah, there's
one that is outdated. It has been neglected for a long time.
So you'll be able to screenshot your phone and mark it up?
Yeah, we have so many interesting ideas, because you could have like interactions with your, like, just taking a screenshot of something like a phone that is printed on a wall, and then just say that, or because we have artificial intelligence, machine learning, that could identify that and like add it to your contact book in your phone maybe. So just like bringing CloudApp to your phone and like just have it with you everywhere.
That's super interesting.
Just opens the doors for many things.
Yeah.
So we are going, in the next few months, I would say, by the end of the year, we are going to revamp the iOS app and come with exciting features. Yeah.
Very cool. So before we close out, you guys are a remote company. Mm-hmm. Are you looking for positions?
Yes, we are. And the office in Mexico is located in Colima, which is a small town. I think the selling points there is that, like Vallarta is like close to the beach, very warm weather. We have like good like local beer.
Such a cool town, college town, right?
It is a college town, yeah, and it's very calm, like no heavy traffic or all of that.
I have a memory playing foosball in a bar there on a foosball table that was like 100 years old or something.
Right,
like wrought iron guys.
Yeah. So yes, we are hiring. We are looking for to increase the engineering team. We're looking for a couple of full stack web developers who know JavaScript and Ruby on Rails. And we're also looking for a guy to help us with the Windows app who knows C# and .NET. So if you're interested, just hit me up.
Where do people apply? The website?
We don't have the openings there yet, but you can just send me an email to yotzin@cl.li. I can spell that out later, or just add it to the description of the video.
We'll put it in the description below,
better. Just hit me up. We're looking for, because our main strength right now in terms of team building has been like working with people we know, because there's a small tech scene in Colima. I mean, you don't believe it, because it's a small, but there is a tech scene.
Yeah.
That has given us a lot of strength and speed, because we know each other, we're friends. So ideally would be someone who can at least start working with us like in person there. But in a couple of months, when the process has been established and we are working well together, it is of course like
train up
the
in
possibility
Colima
to just go anywhere in the world they want.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, Yotzin.
Sure.
Thanks for coming up. And don't forget, work the web, enjoy the surf, whatever your surf may be. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.